Alright, so in today's tutorial in this tutorial we are going to create or spawn the enemy bullet from the bad guys or the Space Invaders. So let's go ahead and get to one of the bad guys, and what we're going to do is we are going to create a group because we're going to do a few things, and we're going to drag them into the group. And the first thing that we're going to do is actually, the first thing we need to do is we need to create an attribute, because when we want the enemy to fire, we want them to fire not every 5 seconds or every second. We want to spawn the bullet at random times, so we can't kind of predict when they're going to shoot, and this makes the game a lot more enjoyable and exciting, rather than just having the bullets come every minute, and once you get to know, or once every 2 seconds, and once you get that, it's kind of boring. So we're going to add some random time to this, and before we do the group, we need to set the attribute for a random timer. So let's go to let's see, this is scenes, and we can go to attribute, and let's go, and similar to the way we did the meteor timer, let's click the plus, let's go to integer, choose, and I want you to rename it timer, or bad guy bullet timer. Alright, I'm sure there's probably a better naming sequence than that too. So let's go ahead and go back to, we've created an integer bad guy bullet attribute, and we're gonna go back and we're going to click on one of the bad guys, and what we're going to do is we're going to drag a timer. All right, drag a timer into the group, and we're going to say every, let's say 2.4 seconds, we want to change the attribute, that random timer attribute that we dealt with, so, or that we just created. So every 2.4 seconds, let's go to change attribute, and we want to change the attribute of the game and of the bad guy bullet timer, and we want to change it. If you click right here, we're going to click right here, and we're going to click random. Let's see, random, and now we're going to just put in 1 and 13, and it really is up to you. You can play around with these numbers all you'd like, to make it spawn less or spawn more. So random 1 to 13, click OK. Okay. So every 2.4 seconds, the attribute is going to be between 1 and 13. And then after 2.4 seconds, it's going to change it to another number. So it's picking a number between 1 and 13 every 2.4 seconds. So what we want to do that now is we want to spawn an actor. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to go to spawn actor, and actually, scratch that. Let's create a rule and put that within. I'm going to drag this out. We want it within the timer. Now things are just getting weird. So let's go ahead and delete that rule. We want to keep that attribute inside the timer. And let's create a rule, and then we can drag this rule inside like so. Okay, so this is all within the group, and it says, and let's just rename that spawn bullet. Okay, so we're going to say when the actor receives the event, well, what we're going to do is we're going to change it to an attribute, and the attribute is going to be tied into the bad guy timer. So when that bad guy timer equals, and we can just pick 5, right? And it's really, once again, it's up to you. When this random bad guy timer hits 5, then we're going to have it spawn the bullet. Okay, so you have a 1 in 13 chance that it's going to hit 5. If you wanted to spawn more, you can do greater than 5, or equal or greater than. It's up to you, but from now let's do equal to 5, and then we're going to spawn. Let's do spawn actor. Drag the spawn actor in, and let's choose enemy bullet, like so. And now we can, when creating this game originally, I kind of played around with these numbers a lot, so I kind of know what works well in terms of like 2.4 and between 1 and 13. But it's going to be up to you in terms of how hard or how easy you want to make the game. So let's go ahead and rename this spawn bullet. So now we've renamed this group, and now we can preview it, and if it works out, now you can see them shooting. Alright, and they're moving. Great. So what we want to do is we want to add this to this sequence to the other bad guys. So Command C to copy, and go into your bad guy 3, and let's paste that in there, and let's go into your bad guy 2 and paste that in there. So now when we play it, we have something that looks like this, and you can see that it's spawning kind of from the middle right here. If you didn't want it, if you want it spawning from, let's say, from the very tip right here, you can see that the bullets are coming. Let's see, the bullets are kind of coming from the middle. If you wanted to change that, you can go to spawn bullet, and you can change the direction. Like if you want it to be coming from the very front of the actor, you can do, let's say, like -20, and let's see if that works better for the green. So let's look at the green, see if the green, yeah, so -20 works well, because then the bullet comes from the very tip of these actors right here. So I would probably go back and change that to -20, moving it down the y-axis. So -20, and let's do -20. Okay, and then now when we play it, let's see how. Alright, there we go. Great. Now, one thing we also want to do is, let's see, we will actually get into it next time, but the next video we're going to add lives to the spaceship, and then each time the enemy bullet collides with the spaceship, it's going to take away a live. Okay?